Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Pinarski here with the News 8 Live Desk. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Storm Teammate meteorologist Sarah Flint is back on the live desk. We love having Sarah here, but her being here also means that there is some weather news that we are going to have to address, specifically dealing with later tonight and into tomorrow morning, especially during that Thursday morning commute. Sarah, thank you so much for being here today. What exactly are we going to be kind of seeing over the next couple of hours, again, leading into that Thursday morning commute?
Yeah, a little bit of a silver lining with this system. It's something we've been watching for a couple days, and it has taken a little bit more of a southerly trend. So for us here in Grand Rapids and really areas along that I-96 corridor, we have been extended into that winter weather advisory as of earlier on this morning, but the greater impacts will be further off to the south, especially in northern Indiana, possibly the greatest impacts missing Michigan altogether. But again, we do have that winter weather advisory that goes into effect later tonight. We have two different expiration times that we're working with, really areas along I-94 and further up to the north until 9 a.m. And then our furthest southern counties, that includes Berrien County, Cass County, as those counties along that Michigan-Indiana border, those continue until 10 a.m. So regardless, this is a time frame that we'll be watching really overnight, starting well after sunset and continuing through your morning commute. So that's the time where we could start to see some slick roadways. We're pretty quiet out there for now. We're starting to see maybe a few snow showers try to fire up, but again, we are expecting mostly the potential of a wintry mix with this. So I want to walk you through our future cast because I think this is the most valuable way to tell this story. You'll notice 11 o'clock is when we start to see the potential for some of that freezing rain south of I-96. It slowly but surely starts to move further northward, but again, most of us are actually dry by about 6 or 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We could just see those slick roadways, those slick sidewalks a little bit later on into the late morning hours. So that's the time frame that you want to be on the lookout for most things. And I do want to show you our future cast for that freezing rain potential as well. Again, it does take a little bit of time to stack up, but mainly between the hours of about midnight and 6 a.m., we could see about 1/10 of an inch of ice. Anything greater than 1/10 of an inch is really when we start to run into some issues on roadways and widespread accidents. We should be less than that, but again, any amount of ice can certainly make for a slick morning commute.
I think that is something that I really want to emphasize here, if you don't mind, Sarah, just the you see these numbers that we have on our screen right now, 0.03 of an inch here in Grand Rapids. Does not seem like a lot, but any amount of ice, any amount of freezing rain that we could see that lands on those roadways is going to be, could pose some dangers and some threats even to a lot of the people driving, especially during those morning commute hours.
Yeah, even on Monday night, you may remember we had some melting snow out there, and then it got colder overnight, and that did cause some slick areas across the area. So again, just keep that in mind. You're going to want a few extra minutes to get where you're going tomorrow morning. The good news is we have a lot of salt on our roadways and a lot of road crews working hard on this already to prevent the potential of accidents tomorrow morning. So hopefully things will be in good hands and working quite well. But again, any amount of ice is definitely alarming. We typically see about one good ice storm here in West Michigan. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this may be it for us as we head about this winter.
Absolutely. And I do want to remind everybody watching that if you do have any questions, go ahead and leave them down if you're watching this on Facebook in the comment section. We'll try to answer a few of them before we go. We do have some that were sent in earlier, Sarah, that I kind of want you to offer up to you, see if you can help anybody out. Just kind of regarding the areas of West Michigan in particular that could be more dangerous or more treacherous for people over the next couple of hours as the weather really starts to move in. Any place that maybe you would recommend people avoiding the roads if that if possible, and really just some of the areas that might see a little bit more of this winter weather than us here in Grand Rapids might.
Yeah, so we got a few questions in earlier too about the evening commute tonight. That should be okay. Again, most of this happens well after dark, well after sunset tonight. If you are on those counties along the Michigan-Indiana border, those are the areas that will likely see the highest ice amounts stack up. Those are also going to be the counties that meteorologist Blake Harms has the highest potential for school closings come tomorrow, so he'll have that tonight as well. The further north you go, likely the better off you're going to be, but areas along I-94 could certainly be slick. Certain portions of 131 could also be slick, and even as far north as I-96, although there is likely where we'll see the least amount of freezing rain or the least amount of ice stack up.
And just for people that are going to be traveling or maybe are going to have off from school potentially even, just things for them to kind of keep in mind regarding this
storm or a bit of winter weather that we're going to be seeing. Obviously, some freezing rain in the forecast. Anything else to really kind of keep in mind and be wary of, especially over these next couple of hours?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, especially into tomorrow morning, is you can't see ice, especially on a lot of roadways. Snow you can see. Sometimes snow even provides us a little bit of traction here and there, depending on the type of it. But with ice, there's really nothing you can do. And we really just have to wait for those temperatures to warm a little bit and for that salt to be effective. So if you can stay home tomorrow morning, absolutely do so. We should be seeing some improvement, though, by the afternoon. And again, that winter weather advisory expires at 9 or 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Awesome stuff. And we know, of course, the Storm Team 8 is going to be all on top of this. And for everybody who wants to know more about the weather as we're kind of leading into it, and of course, while it's happening, you can always stay up to date with everything from Storm Team 8 over on our website, woodtv.com. Sarah, it really does feel like as soon as we maybe get out of a little bit of winter weather, another system kind of moves on through and brings some extra stuff for us.
Yeah, and I do want to shout out to today, obviously, or tonight, we're dealing with this potential for freezing rain. And then Saturday is another day that we're going to have to watch too. So just
don't
keep
tell
that
me
on
that,
your
Sarah.
radar. I know
Don't tell me
we
that.
could see some significant snow amounts in the mix there. So just keep that in mind as we move towards our weekend as well.
Well, it gives everybody an excuse to sit at home on Sunday and watch the Super Bowl then, absolutely. I guess. So I guess that is the one bright spot. Always try to stay positive as much as we can here on the live desk. Sarah, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, everybody, if you want to stay up to date on the weather that we're going to be seeing tonight, as well as what Sarah just mentioned into the weekend, you can find it all right now over on our website, woodtv.com, underneath the weather tab. Sarah, one last time, thank you so much for stopping by today. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course, I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.